Entice as verb. To attract or lure someone with something desirable or tempting. To persuade or coax someone to do something. The aroma of freshly baked cookies enticed me into the bakery. The promise of adventure and excitement enticed him to sign up for the expedition. The discount offer was meant to entice customers to buy more products. The company offered a lucrative salary package to entice top talent. The bright colors and flashy designs on the packaging were meant to entice children to buy the product. Glean as verb. To gather information from various sources. To obtain knowledge through observation. The archaeologist was able to glean a lot of information about ancient cultures from studying the artifacts. The journalist had to glean information from a variety of sources in order to piece together the story. The farmer spent hours gleaning the fields for any remaining crops. The researcher was able to glean insights into the behavior of animals by observing them in their natural habitat. The detective was able to glean clues from the crime scene that led to the capture of the suspect. Goad as verb. To prod or urge someone into action. To provoke or stimulate someone to do something. The coach goaded his team into playing harder by giving them a pep talk. The audience goaded the comedian into telling more jokes by laughing at his routine. The protesters goaded the police into using excessive force by shouting insults and throwing objects. The teacher goaded the student into participating more in class by asking him direct questions. The manager goaded the employee into working harder by threatening to fire him. Abstain as verb. To choose not to vote on a particular issue or motion. To refrain from consuming or using something. In a parliamentary vote, a member may choose to abstain from voting. A person may choose to abstain from consuming alcohol or other substances. A medical patient may be instructed to abstain from certain foods or activities before a procedure. A religious person may choose to abstain from certain behaviors or practices as part of their faith. In certain types of research studies, participants may be asked to abstain from certain behaviors or activities for the duration of the study. Bemoan as verb. To complain or express dissatisfaction about something. To express sorrow or disappointment about something, typically in a loud or dramatic way. He bemoaned the fact that he had not been able to spend more time with his family, regretting that he had let work consume so much of his time and energy. She bemoaned the state of the economy, complaining about the high prices and low wages and feeling frustrated with the lack of opportunities. The athlete bemoaned his injury, lamenting the fact that he would have to sit out the season and miss out on important games. He bemoaned the loss of his beloved pet, grieving its passing and feeling a deep sense of sadness and emptiness. The author bemoaned the decline of reading, worrying that people were becoming less interested in books and more focused on screens. Deride as verb. To criticize or mock someone or something in a contemptuous or sarcastic manner. To make fun of or ridicule someone or something. The critics derided the actor's performance, calling it wooden and unconvincing. I won't stand by and let you deride my beliefs just because they differ from yours. She was derided by her colleagues for her unconventional approach to solving the problem. Don't deride him for his mistakes. He's still learning and growing. It's easy to deride someone from a position of privilege, but try walking a mile in their shoes. Disenfranchise as verb. To remove the political power or representation of a group or individual. To revoke or take away the right to vote. By raising the cost of admission, the museum is effectively disenfranchising lower-income visitors who cannot afford to pay. The new law would disenfranchise many eligible voters, making it harder for them to cast their ballots. The government's actions have disenfranchised an entire segment of the population, leaving them without basic rights or representation. The decision to close polling stations in certain areas will disproportionately disenfranchise voters in those communities. The company's restructuring plan will disenfranchise many long-time employees who will be laid off or demoted. Dissipate as verb, to cause to vanish or disappear, to waste or use up, especially resources or energy. The morning fog began to dissipate as the sun rose higher in the sky. He hoped that a good night's sleep would help dissipate his headache and make him feel better in the morning. The protesters eventually dissipated after several hours of marching through the city streets. The tension in the room slowly dissipated as the two former friends began to talk and reconcile their differences. The heat from the stove dissipated quickly after she turned it off, making the kitchen much more comfortable to work in. Fleece as verb, to overcharge or cheat someone, often through the use of deception or fraud. To take advantage of or exploit someone or something, especially by charging excessive fees or prices. The company was accused of fleecing its customers by overcharging them for its services. The salesman tried to fleece me by charging me twice the actual price. The shady contractor fleeced the homeowner by doing substandard work and charging exorbitant fees. The con artist fleeced the old lady out of her life savings. The unscrupulous mechanic fleeced the customer by charging for unnecessary repairs. Flummox as verb, to cause puzzlement or uncertainty, leaving someone feeling confused or at a loss. To perplex, confuse, or bewilder someone, often by presenting them with something complex or unfamiliar. His unexpected question seemed to flummox the entire class. The complicated instructions flummoxed the new recruits. The riddle was designed to flummox even the most experienced puzzle solvers. The sudden change in plans flummoxed the team. Her cryptic message flummoxed everyone trying to decipher its meaning. Frustrate as verb, to cause annoyance, disappointment, or dissatisfaction. To interfere with one's plans or ambitions. To prevent from accomplishing a goal or fulfilling a desire. To impede progress or success. The unexpected setback frustrated the team's progress. The company's lack of response frustrated the customer. She was frustrated by the slow internet connection. The complicated process of getting a visa frustrated the traveler. The coach was frustrated with the team's lack of effort. Harangue is verb, to deliver a long, passionate, and aggressive speech, usually full of criticism or accusations. To give a tirade, to launch a lengthy and vehement lecture or verbal attack. The manager harangued the employees for not meeting their sales targets. The coach harangued the players for their lackluster performance. The parent harangued the child for not doing their homework. The boss harangued the staff about the need to work harder. The speaker harangued the audience about the dangers of climate change. Impugn as verb, to challenge or attack the validity, accuracy, or honesty of something. To dispute the truth or correctness of something. He impugned her reputation by spreading rumors about her. The witness's testimony impugned the defendant's innocence. The article impugned the credibility of the entire scientific community. The defense lawyer impugned the validity of the evidence presented by the prosecution. She impugned his motives for donating to the charity, calling them insincere. Moot as verb, the east, or the direction in which the sun rises, to make a subject or question no longer relevant or applicable by rendering it academic or hypothetical. The committee voted to moot the proposal until further research could be conducted. The City Council decided to moot the issue of the new development until more information was available. The organization mooted the idea of expanding its services to reach more people in need. The team leader mooted the suggestion that they work on the project over the weekend to meet the deadline. The CEO mooted the possibility of merging with another company to increase profitability. Morph as verb, to evolve or transition from one state or form to another, to undergo a transformation or change in form, shape, or appearance. The caterpillar will eventually morph into a butterfly through the process of metamorphosis. The clay can be molded and shaped to morph into different forms. Over time, technology has morphed the way we communicate and connect with each other. The character in the novel undergoes a personal transformation, gradually morphing into a more confident and self-assured individual. The urban landscape has morphed over the years, with old buildings being demolished and new skyscrapers taking their place. Perturb as verb, to cause unease, anxiety, or disturbance in the mind or emotions of someone. To disturb or disrupt the normal state or condition of something or someone. The loud noise from the construction site perturbed the neighbors. The unexpected news of the company's bankruptcy greatly perturbed the employees. The strange behavior of the new employee perturbed the supervisor. The disturbing images in the horror movie perturbed the audience. The constant interruptions during the meeting perturbed the presenter. Remonstrate as verb, to argue or plead with someone in an attempt to persuade them. To present or offer objections, protests, or objections to someone. The employee remonstrated with their boss about the unfair workload. The parent remonstrated with their child about the importance of honesty. The teacher remonstrated with the student about their disruptive behavior in class. The activist remonstrated with the government about the need for climate action. The customer remonstrated with the store manager about the defective product they had purchased. Stem as verb, to stop or check the flow of liquid, to support or hold up something. The company is working to stem the flow of misinformation online. The government is trying to stem the rise in crime rates. The measures taken help to stem the spread of the virus. The organization aims to stem the decline in biodiversity. The company implemented new policies to stem employee turnover. Vaunted as verb, to boast or brag about something, often excessively or without justification. To praise or promote something highly, often with the aim of attracting attention or admiration. The company vaunted its environmentally friendly practices in its advertising. He often vaunted his academic achievements to impress others. The politician vaunted his record on job creation during the campaign. The athlete vaunted his skill and athleticism in interviews. The organization vaunted its commitment to diversity and inclusion. Vilify as verb, to slander or defame someone, often with the aim of discrediting them or causing harm. To speak or write about someone in an abusive or derogatory manner, often with the aim of damaging their reputation or character. The tabloids vilified the celebrity for her controversial remarks. The political campaign was filled with ads that vilified the opposing candidate. She felt hurt and angry when her ex-boyfriend tried to vilify her on social media. Some people try to vilify those who hold different beliefs or values than they do. It's not helpful to vilify people for their mistakes. We should focus on solutions instead. Level up your English. Master vocabulary, idioms, and phrasal verbs with fun quizzes. Translate meanings into 104 languages. Download now. Link in the description. Please like and subscribe to our channel.